Iraqi Dinar Guru Opinions January 15, 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. January 15, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman. One of the last things they do, before they go international, is to have their banks restructured or really close to being completed. That's their focus, that's part of the process, and we're seeing that. It surely looks really powerful. January 15, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 article. House of Representatives completes the second reading of the draft amendment to the budget law. Is that the second reading to the budget? It's actually the second reading to a draft of the amendment of the budget. They didn't read the whole budget. They only read the part they amended. Read, for the second time, that law emo is all that's needed. You don't have to read it, 15 days later it become law. January 15, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat article. It can become a major source of income in the economy. Al-Sudani directs the maturation of tourism projects. We can see that Al-Sudani is taking on this non-oil revenue sector seriously and will exploit it to overcome the rentier economy, oil-based economy, of Iraq. Now you add this to the other non-oil sources of revenues and you have a booming economy for Iraq. Wow, 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 they will soon be filthy rich with little to no debt. They are backing their currency with gold too. Oh, their dinar is at what price? A 1/6 of a penny? Really? January 15, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z, via PDK article. Coordination Framework. Soon we will vote on amending the budget law. We already had the first two readings. This will solve the oil dispute between Baghdad and Erbil. We have seen major progress in the last couple of days. With the budget as a rate potential. January 14, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 question. Do you think the RE is the linchpin for the Middle East? Could Iraq be like Dubai? Frank 26. It will be Dubai on steroids, my friend. Dubai won't even be able to touch Iraq. January 14, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman article quote. Iraq achieved a noteworthy diplomatic accomplishment last September when it was formally elected chair of the Group 77, held in the United Nations headquarters in New York. The G77 is the largest intergovernmental organization of developing countries in the United Nations, which provides the means to promote their collective economic interest and enhance their joint negotiating capacity on all major international economic issues within the United Nations system. So Iraq is going to go from not even having an international accepted currency to do all this? Really? I don't think so. January 14, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru Walking Stick. The monetary reform education is extremely fast. They are now all the way to the point where they are past the basket and talking to the Iraqi citizens about the future of digitization in their country. Digitization of their currency mainly will help at the onset because you cannot introduce too much currency at the start, not a cashless society at the onset, but given time Iraq will be. That is the goal. January 14, 2025 Newshound Guru Claire question. Al-Sudani discusses with the British King establishing a productive partnership between Baghdad and London. Quote, Al-Sudani met today, Tuesday, with the King of the United Kingdom, Charles III, at Buckingham Palace in the British capital, London. During the meeting, bilateral cooperation between Iraq and the United Kingdom was reviewed, as well as ways to establish a productive partnership in various economic and development fields. January 14, 2025 Newshound Guru Sandy Ingram. There are 6 major projects happening in Iraq that will help to increase the country's GDP and economic status. And hopefully the value of the currency. These are the news stories we will be watching closely in 2025. 1. The Development Road project involves constructing a 1,200 km network of railways and highways connecting the Grand Fao port in southern Iraq to the Turkish border in the north. 2. Grand Fao port aiming to become the largest port in the Middle East. 3. Total Energy's energy projects. 4. Oil and gas exploration agreements. 5. National Development Plan launched in collaboration with the United Nations Development Program and supported by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID. 6. Housing and urban development projects. 0.15 new cities across the country. January 14, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 I strongly believe Sudani and the US Treasury are watching the black market rate and they will consider one of two options. First option would be a basket. I don't think that would be the best route. It can go that way, but I don't know, what's the other option? Float. Yeah, I think floating would be a good idea. January 14, 2025 Newshound Guru Samson article. Iraq's missing funds. Dubai in the circle of accusation. Smuggling is still ongoing and Trump is coming, quote. Dubai has become the largest point for smuggling Iraqi. January 14, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z, via PDK, comment. I heard Pocket Options is showing the VND in Indonesian rupiah. Saw a screenshot. Mark Z. We are seeing the popping up on different APS, IQD and IQD pairings with different crypto pairings. This is big. January 14, 2025 Newshound Guru Jeff in order for Parliament to approve those budget schedules, the rate needs to change first. The fact that they did the second reading on only Article 12 of the budget. That's the same as having one tire on your car. It doesn't do Iraq any good. It's basically a pointless, useless step. For the budget to work for Iraq, all of the budget amendments need to be approved. January 14, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman if you're doubting your investment hang in there because what they're saying is truly something I've never seen in my 15 years of being here. And the evidence is not from me and it's not from anybody else on the internet, it's directly from an economist and the central bank. I think it's huge guys. It's exciting times, the stage is set. January 14, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26 The monetary reform policy has been going through some steps. It has been evolving the policy and they've been using many mechanisms to assure this. Now they're sitting in a position, Sudani, the CBI and the US Treasury have been very close, the 8th floor of the CBI building. That whole floor belongs to the US Treasury. You think they're going to be there because they're going to keep the exchange rate at 1310? January 14, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat article. Economist. The central bank's policy is moving towards globalizing Iraqi banks, quote. Safwan Quissé confirmed that the central bank's policy is moving towards globalizing Iraqi banks, while stressing that it will contribute to raising the status of these banks globally, also, the process of ending dealings with the electronic platform will contribute to accepting local banks that have the ability to provide guarantees and international compliance conditions with international correspondent banks. Yes, providing guarantees and international compliance is all insurance related. Investors in Iraq need to know that their funds in Iraqi banks will be protected. January 14, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat article quote. He added that these correspondent banks can carry out the process of changing the Iraqi dinar to any global currency immediately. And for more than 1 million banks around the world. What did it just tell us? 1 million banks around the world? What does this mean to us as investors? We know that, conditions to get back to Forex that this insurance part is a pillar of the financial reform. Therefore, it is a reform that needed to take place and is now taking place. Also, I want to add that the statement of changing the Iraqi dinar to any global currency immediately is an amazing statement. Could this news get any better at this time? Can this be what is holding up the revaluation and the reinstatement? January 14, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z, via PDK, comment. My Wells Fargo finally confirmed the RV. Mark Z. They all know it's coming. They know we are having a complete change in the system and we are going asset-backed. They know gold is an important piece. I am not sure if they will use the same terminology you and I use or will they call it something different. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: IraqiDinarChat.net